semi-finals of WardiTV Mondays 31. In the top left-hand side, our Blue Pros player fighting for a spot in that grand final against Hero will be MaxPax, as he takes on the Red Terran. In the bottom left side of Persephone, this is our Red Terran player, Team Liquid's Clem. Will be another Clem Hero final. Hero absolutely dominated Clem last week, 3-0, and it was honestly not even really close. It was a complete brutal shutdown. As we enter this best of 3, Clem fighting for revenge by getting to that final and maybe being able to take revenge back on Hero. Today, I was just going to say, once we get into this game, because Clem MaxPax usually ends up on a YouTube upload, so I will say this at the start of the game because it'll hit the double whammy. If you are watching on YouTube, whether you're watching live on the stream right now, where we've got a bunch of viewers, we just had about 400 people watching the end of that Q Hero series. If you're watching live on the stream or if you're watching the VOD, consider hitting the like button. It helps out whenever you hit it. And also, if you're really enjoying, you can support the channel as well on YouTube by hitting the subscribe button. Very simply, hit that subscribe button, see when we go live with more content, see when we upload videos, see when you can watch more StarCraft 2 with us here at WardiTV. We really appreciate it. Well, our daily dose, or weekly dose of MaxPax vs. Clem. I guess not quite daily lately, but weekly dose of MaxPax vs. Clem, the first of the Mondays. As we do see the SCV is going to get there to push the probe away. A little bit of damage on that from the very start here. Take a few moments to settle ourselves. Yeah, Persephone has this healing shrine, which has been something that Clem's actually started to use a whole lot lately, so I do wonder if that will be a interesting factor or so continuing through. Reaper stepping around, just again trying to make something happen for a couple moments. The pylon can do some damage as well. Twilight Council is again on the way. We had that starport on from Clem. Command Center coming up as well. Bringing that online. Just for now. Adept gonna get there, and the Reapers do get chased back. Oh look, everyone's starting to use the healing shrine lately, huh? Deb getting healed up a little bit while it shades away, keeps it alive against the Reapers very easily, very comfortably. And the Reapers pulling back as well, obviously they regen over time anyway. Wouldn't mind medevac coming through. The couple of Marines will continue up as well. The Stalker going to be there hitting the Reaper for a few moments so we get some damage done. And that blink is going to be halfway done. A couple of Marines coming up still. Barracks in the orbital coming online as we speak. It's going to have this Adept continue to wander around at that front for a little while. And again, the medevac has 3 Widow Mines inside. Moving up the left for a couple moments. So 3 workers going down. Clem gets straight in there. The Reaper's going to finish off this Adept as well, so Clem keeping track of things while his harassment comes through. 4 probes. Not a bad start. Obviously, Widow Mines and so do all go down, though. That will be the end of that for now, at least. As the Blink and Prism and Probes all continue through. One Reaper goes down. Just going to see the Stalkers coming across for the other Reapers as well. There's that Prism going across the other side. Few Marines going to hit. The Stalker's taking damage. Two Stalkers continue to just join the warp in, so MaxPax is going to get aggressive at the front. The auto turret comes down again. We've got a bunker and a tank. That's a difficult position to push through. Let's have ourselves that stem very much so continuing up as well. A few extra Stalkers warping in, a few probes and a couple of SCVs coming about right now. So we take a couple of moments. Stalkers just blinking straight in. Stimpack is exposed here, but we will try and get the tank first. I feel like that did not go down as quickly as we were hoping it would at first, honestly. I feel like that was going a little bit wrong and a lot longer, like I say, than initially expected. So not ideal, to say the least. And Stimpack Combat +1 upgrades, all of that coming through. We do see the couple of Marines and Marauders coming about, the CC and the SCVs continuing around as well. The charge still coming up and online right here. And a few Marines just going to have thrown up the SCVs as well. As we play defense, a couple more workers fell. MaxPax is going to know Clem's on his way to that third base. MaxPax, what are we going to do? Just Robo Bay on the way, so starting to get some of that additional tech online. So like I say, we get that up, we get that started. Robo Bay and the 2 gateways coming through as well. +1 attack on the charge. Going to be a part of this next stage from MaxPax. So just Zealot Stalker into Colossus. See what we can do with some of the timings that will arise from this. The Marines and the Raven. It's going to continue to join up over here. I think for a moment or two, we'll see the little bit of bio going to try and step back and deal some damage as well. I mean, nice stim. We're going to catch a couple of Stalkers. One of them had already blinked. And Clem going to have a scary army starting to come across the map in these next few moments. Definitely looking to apply some pressure for a moment or two right now. And Marines medevacs continue to come up. Stalker just going to go patrolling for a second or so. Again, the rest of the Marines gathering. A couple of Widow Mines joining in. +1 attack, extended thermal lance building, as well as the Colossus also on its way through. Nexus reduction as a couple of tanks going to get jumped on. The bio going to get there. A few Stalkers get chased away. Get one of those Stalkers. Again, Marine Marauder, Viking continue to come around. Going to see a whole chunk more Zealots coming about also. So yeah, a little bit of back and forth. More Zealots still looking to counterattack as Clem cannot get across the map then. If Clem can't get across the map, opportunity for MaxPax maybe to improve his position a little bit right here as the couple of SCVs still going down. Another Zealot gets picked away at already. And Ghost Academy and the Vikings all very much so coming through at the moment. Vikings so important here from Clem. Continue to get those established. The Nexus going to drop down as MaxPax takes the 5th base. And again, we're getting to this kind of point where the Pros begins to take a lot of bases. And if Clem can't do anything about those, this genuinely becomes a lot more of a concerning situation in this game, right? So, definitely becomes a little bit scary if you're not careful soon. And you saw the Stalker coming about, the medevac peeling away to the sides. And those few ghosts continuing up. It's not like Clem has the wrong army composition. His army composition itself is looking pretty darn good. The rest of it, that is maybe being a little bit of a concern over time right now. So yeah, Ghosts and Vikings continuing in, the +2 attack upgrade coming about. Bio army coming through the bottom side. It's not really got much of a target. I mean, we're maxed out in this game. I think the main thing for Clem right now is actually just trying to find a way for him to establish a bit more control and be able to potentially go through and, you know, actually just fight across the map. This isn't about him necessarily pushing out a fourth anymore. Like, he needs to push out to a fourth. But this army's big enough to actually go and contest with that other army as well and take fights on the other side. And that's what we're starting to do. MaxPax has a lot of units on the far right that are not quite in position just yet, so they're not available for now. Again, a couple more of those Vikings still coming about. Vikings shooting away. Second Colossus is going to go down as well, so just going to be seeing that taken away already. And we are going to see the Zealots finally showing up. Felt like these were set up on that bottom right a while ago, and it's just taken a very long time to actually come into play here, so not really being as impactful as they maybe would have hoped they could have been. Stalkers will continue to blink in after this. Bio continues to get chased about. It's going to see more Zealots showing up as well. MaxPax pushing this away comfortably, and as we load up into the Medivacs will be going down. One of the full ones went down immediately, which is an amazing catch for those Stalkers, so they are going to have a huge round of success. Two auto turrets go down, and a couple of probes begin to drop, so we do have MaxPax taking some damage on the other side, but is it enough compared to the fact that he is pushing in and looking for a potential win here sooner rather than later? And auto turret is doing very well, to be fair. 7 probes is pretty darn serious. The buyer will be there, the Stalkers get chased away. And 2 to upgrade, ship weapons coming about. Handful of SCVs going to go down to 6 o'clock as Daltia takes a few more shots. The Vikings are going to turn. Colossus is going to take damage. Do lose the Colossus in this fight. Going well for Clem in terms of getting rid of tech units, but the Zealots are still shredding on the ground. The Stalkers get rid of the Vikings, which keeps this last Colossus alive as well, so a little bit more splash still remaining. And Clem is going to GG out of game number 1 of this best of 3. So we will see Clem tap in and give. Let's get into game number 2 as we start off down to the bottom left-hand side with the blue Protoss player. This is MaxPax taking on the red Terran in the upper right-hand side. Clem will be down a game in the series to start this off. Mac. From what I've seen, the most played map of the day, but obviously there's a lot of matches happening that we don't necessarily get to see. So keep that in mind. Might just be a coincidence, very small sample size overall at the moment. As we settle down, again, the probe coming about, just getting centered. As we get this underway, so yeah, we get this all started. There's a lot on the way. Looking at pylon coming up, the next is coming through for a couple moments here, so we get settled down for these early stages. So we'll just get ourselves settled for a second. As the Adept and the Warp Gate continue through. We've seen the Reaper coming through. A couple of probes going to take some damage. You can see the Reaper firing. Probe is going to go down. Going to fly Marine, going to take a couple shots of damage, so a few hits going through here and there. Going to be seeing the Adept is going to be able to get out of there as well. It's just going to escape away. Adept's going to take a few shots. Marines in the Hellion going to be there, firing around just to get a couple of shots coming about. Going straight through with that. The couple of Marines will fire. The Adepts will take a bit of damage. And again, that Blink still coming through here. Let's just get the Stalk and the Blink continue come about for the moment. Again, that's straight on through. And there's a couple of gates on that prism both coming up. We just have ourselves the Blink coming online as well. So just seeing that continue to come through for the moment. And the medevac coming about. And the few Stalkers going to step across as well. Widow Mines will unload. Widow Mine just going to try and shoot. Oh, nice Blink away. And nothing going to fire yet as MaxPax will have the Widow Mine in the main base. Going to kill a Stalker. So Clem will have that win on his shoulders. Oh, Stalker kill is really nice. This Widow Mine gets away for the moment, but it will be chased down. Very difficult to get the Widow Mine away by running. You really have to mess up as the opponent, but it keeps your opponent busy and microing a little bit every now and then. And Clem has gotten the medevac away from this entire ordeal of the Widow Mine drop, so you keep the medevac alive. The Stalker went down. Yeah, I think you're pretty okay with it overall as Clem, in terms of how things have gone so far. Impact coming online also as the engineering base. Going to continue up. Bunker also producing. And the Stalkers hop into the main base. Going to go after that Raven for a second or two. And coming around. A couple of tank shots coming straight out here. Again, Siege Tank, and so continuing through that stim coming up as well. Just going to have ourselves a couple of depots coming about again, plus one stim pack on the way in. Our charge and our Dark Shrine coming online. Next is being added. Probes coming through. The Stalkers will continue after a few of the SCVs, so a little bit of damage being dealt there. And the Stalkers lift back up, but 8 SCVs down. Successful attacking from MaxPax, who has succeeded in these early stages. Definitely being able to apply some good pressure and put himself into a good spot here early on. And our Stim Pack plus one. Marine and Marauder continuing up. A little bit of the Marine Marauder is going to hit. The few units going to back away. But you get toward that prism in the top side, which was in range, but it had the recoil. So it gets out of there, no problem at all. And that will be that handled reasonably decently for the moment. Now the prism turning back onto the map, going to go out into the center here. Still got all those Stalkers pressuring on the other side at the moment as well. Last scan coming through, a couple shots coming in. And those two DTs just finishing up as well on the side of MaxPax. Charge and plus one, the Immortal as well. Continue to be added on right now. The tanks will unsiege and they're going to pull back a little bit. Back through the natural, toward the main base. A couple of medevacs going to pop out and come join in the fun as well. That Prism coming around the top. We have a +1 attack upgrade still continuing to come about. Also, bringing that through. The DT going to reveal itself onto the army. And Clem already having to run back. Does not have a scan available. Loses a siege tank because of it. So just running back. He does lose the medevac bottom right also. So MaxPax getting some good value suddenly. There's the scan. DT goes down, sure. But like I say, already got a tank. Forced Clem away. Distracted as well. Meant the medevac went down perhaps. MaxPax taking his 4th while Clem sets onto base 3 at the moment. So getting that set up and across the board at the moment. DT continues to come around here. So again, getting set up for a couple of moments. We come around for now. Let him Immortal and the Zealot set up to the top side. Bio gathering up. That's settled in. The Bio just still coming across. The Zealot Stalker come over too. Big fight. MaxPax taking some shots. Those tanks being sieged and not getting rid of those sieged up tanks is going to be an issue. That's going to be one of his weak points. You got to get rid of these tanks, otherwise they're going to continue to do a lot. But we are going to get there in the end. The wave of extra zealots making a difference, and that is going to be enough to push this back and to push this away. So nicely done in the end. We clean that up. We sort that out. Yeah, nicely handled as the +2 attack, +1 armor coming up as well. The extended thermal lance is very much so still on the way in also, so we bring that through too. Continuing to get that going right now. And the medevac's moving about. We are going to see the rest of this bio gathering around. Army gathering together. Just going to see the bit of Zealot Stalker out the front. +2 attack, +1 armor coming in as well. We will just have ourselves a handful of units continue to move over here. This Nexus is going to fall as well, so that's also going to get picked off already. That's going to be a nice shutdown. As, yeah, shutting down that 4th base of MaxPax. Finally a bigger win for Clem in the tail end of this fight. Took a little while to truly get going, but like I say, really seems to work for him now, getting into a much better position. And the army continues back over, just stepping across here for the moment. We have a CC coming up. The DT going to get there, going to go after the missile turret, and now going to chase after a couple of SCVs as well. When it gets going at the front, there's a Stalker Colossus continuing by. The SCVs trying to repair up the incoming planetary fortress at the moment, so trying to get that online as well, as we do see Clem trying to collapse on this on 2 sides. A couple of force fields at the bottom are actually kind of cute, buying you a fair bit of time. Is it good enough? Clem's supply definitely skyrocketing at the moment, definitely looking pretty impeccable overall. 141 to 125, and most importantly, chasing the Protoss player away, because you're almost guaranteed to get a couple kills while the Protoss player runs, and there goes the Colossus in this chase down. Unfortunately, it's going to be a big loss for MaxPax, and Clem establishing a 4th base unit as well, as it seems like he has got control of this game number 2. Starting to come fully over to his side. Stalker's still going to be there, and a little bit of Marine Marauder. Going to take some shots again. At this point, we've got ourselves right there. The upgrades finishing from MaxPax. Clem Still not quite has enough, still not with enough to kind of just comfortably go and be like, yep, I'm going to come and break through right now. This is me. This is my moment. It's just going to have to be a little cautious on that still as an EMP goes down. The couple of Stalkers going to take some shots. Just going to have ourselves the Empire will start a fight. Nice pylon kill because it gets rid of the warping in Zealots. That entire warping gets denied. So that is a really nice little play right there. So you're going to like to see that. Continue to kite back. Another EMP comes down and a couple of additional Zealots still. So you have ourselves the turn around. We go back the other way. Just going to be seeing 3-3 upgrades building from Clem. That's going to help him to stay ahead on the upgrades. Right now he's got an armor upgrade advantage, and that's something I imagine he would really like to try and keep a hold of. Knock down those rocks. Those rocks are interesting, by the way, because when you knock down those rocks, you knock down a bunch of the blue minerals in that base, so they just get deleted from the game. So then they are no longer available. It obviously does a little bit of work as well in terms of defending the gold-based mineral line, so it's an interesting base. I'm sure as we see this map more, more of this map, I'm sure we'll see a little bit more of kind of how that base interacts and how people actually try and utilize it or play against it and so on and so forth. Snipe coming down, the army setting as the few Zealots are showing up as well. Upgrades still coming through and online, 3-3 upgrades on the way as well. Continue just to chase forward. Those couple of Zealots will keep on dropping down to 3-3 upgrades plus 2 ship weapons. Continue to come into play for the moment. Bring everything back around, and again, just seeing where we can get to as Clem's force. Pressure down. MaxPax trying to get back onto the setup here currently. Give this out, start charging forward. The couple Stalkers going to come through as well. They're going to go chasing. Seeing that Stalker force continue to come all the way through. The bio units getting chased a little bit as well. Stalker will chase, but not well enough, and Clem is going to win this fight, and that's going to be GG's to tie us up into a Game 3. The top 12 o'clock position, the blue Protoss player here is MaxPax. As in the bottom right side, it's going to be top versus bottom right this time, instead of top versus bottom left, which is a couple times ways around we've seen it so far today. This is Clem. Tied up 1-1 and go in the distance to get this set up. Yo, JRick84, thank you so much for gifting a bunch of subs. 5 gifted subs in the chat going out to Cyan Blue 76, Mixed Dingleberry, Consig, Christopher 2510, and Salt MSP. Thank you so much, JRick, for the 5 gifted subs. Some of the chat, please, for the generosity. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, supporting the stream, and supporting the StarCraft 2, most importantly. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So just come moving about to get settled in for a couple moments. Approaches on the Wonder, Cybercore still coming up as well. So we get this underway early. Again, CC coming up, Factory in the bunker coming about, Reactor coming in. Reaper going to start the fight once we get this underway. Is it going to be that? Couple shots coming through, just going to see the Reaper will continue to dance in that probe. First of all, in some trouble. Just come straight about again, the Warp Gate coming through, our Twilight Council coming up. Gateway coming online, again Starport and the Widow Mine coming through. SCVs and Marines both continue to build. And again, 2 probes already dropping as the Hellion gets over to the left. And Depth will just shade straight through toward the main base as the depot will lower. And we are just going to see a pause asked for here for a second from MaxPax. So just take a moment to sort whatever the problem is, and hopefully we can get right back to it over the next couple moments. Nice and easy. Like it wasn't a big deal. As we get straight back to this. So MaxPax says thank you and go. And we get ourselves ready to resume. Looks like Clem just took a chance to take a moment as well. MaxPax is ready sooner than the guy that didn't need a pause. That was funny. And Depth goes down. Alien and the Reaper have gone down from Clem as well. As he will now have his medevac though, and we'll begin to move out with those. Just going to start to take those units across the map, and away they go. And we'll follow this. It's just going to be a Widow Mine drop, and only a single Widow Mine as well, so not a lot really available for Clem here at the moment. As like I say, we get this underway, and we do have ourselves the Marine Siege Tank coming through, the Engineering Bay, and a couple of barracks coming up as well. That medevac is going to fly into the main base over these next couple of moments. Going to get straight in and be like, hey, what's up, guys? How we doing? And, yep, we'll check a probe. It will just be a probe, but it's a probe while getting the Widow Mine out alive, which has always got that extra little bit of added value to it as well, right? So, let's say, some added bonus because you get to come back in with that Widow Mine later. The medevac gets to linger. In this case, he's actually just going to bring it home, so Clem's not even going to threaten the linger. It is a difficult map to find space to kind of keep units behind mineral lines on, so you can maybe understand the concept there from Clem. Just not really feeling he has too much of an opportunity, really. Widow Mine burrows, and just use it defensively at home now instead, as the Raven is about to finish. And we have our charge still building from MaxPax 2. Add on the Robo Bay, add on a couple of gateways, Nexus as well, add on some probes, and that's where we currently sit. Bunker still settling down. We have ourselves the Stim Combatant +1, all of that coming through. Add on the charge, add on the Thermal Lance. And we get ourselves those Colossus really powered up. ZG, thank you so much for the 103-month resub. Appreciate it. Insane resub. Once we have ourselves the extra gates coming through from MaxPax, this Widow Mine in the medevac will go back across the map again, so Clem will see if he can get back there with that after it's been at home for a little bit. And here is said Widow Mine drop. Fly straight over, centering the Colossus there, see it coming in, at least you know, so you should be able to split the probes away. If nothing else, Clem going to get a little bit more value out of this, right, where you are able to slow the probes down for a little while and Well, in this case, he just gets 2 probe kills straight up, so that you take that as well. 2 probes is a very nice little grab from just a Widow Mine. The medevac escapes out over to the left, and again, keeping that medevac alive is, you know, going to maintain some value for you here as well, so another nice little bonus. Impact +1, combat shield, all continue to come through currently. The Marine Marauder, medevac, and Widow Mine needs to come up also. Fun position, Clem sieging these tanks in the center. Obviously, what it really is fun of this map is when you start seeing some of the fights in the middle with the acceleration zones. There's always something funny about watching units chase each other at high speed in acceleration zones. That's always been an enjoyable something to keep an eye on. There's a few Marines going to stem back down to the south. Again, Concussor Shells coming up, Vikings, Marines, and Marauder coming through. We get a couple of shots off on an SCV there, as the rest of the Stalkers still gather up. And again, a couple of High Tempo will be warping in from MaxPax already, so getting those straight up into action as well. Medevac's load, tanks on siege, just going to drop straight into the main base. So this is actually going to be really nice. Again, the Para, you can get straight to the main base on a ground push quite comfortably. Those Colossus do not want to go over there, because if they step up that ledge, then the tanks can do a lot of work. And they were starting to take an absolute beating already, so that is going to go a little bit more in toward Clem's favor here. As we have got ourselves the army still gathering up, so everything gathering together. Just got ourselves the Vikings and the Marines continuing in production, and this is rough for MaxPax because Clem has position on the main base. The Colossus are still yet to make their way to somewhere useful. I don't know where they actually want to be. They're not up in the main base. I think they're joining up with units to maybe come around on the ground, on the low ground, and try and flank around us. So Widow Mines will clean up with the Raven. The Zealots counterattack, so that doesn't go anywhere. And here we go, a couple of Widow Mines clean up the Zealots. The Sentries get melted. Oh my goodness, MaxPax just can't stop losing units right now. It's going to comfortably be enough here from Clem, as he is going to take game number 3.